Good Sunday evening, everyone. Well, not so good across parts of Oklahoma into Kansas, parts of Missouri, southern Iowa. There's a possible derecho ongoing. There's been several reports of over 80 plus mile per hour wind gusts and some tornadoes even through parts of Oklahoma. There was a tornado emergency about an hour or so ago, just west of Oklahoma City. We'll get into that here in just a second. You're just now joining us, please click that thumbs up button, like button, comment where you're from, share this with your friends and family because today is not the only severe weather event that's going to take place over the next few days. There's going to be some tomorrow. There's going to be another significant event, possibly on Tuesday as well. And then Wednesday, Thursday, even as this heat and humidity continues to build and there's a trough out west and to the northwest of the area going to continuously feed pieces of energy through the area, and that's just going to set off basically consistent severe weather over the next 3 to 4 days across the area. So what you see on your screen here is anywhere in these kind of these peach colors here. That's severe thunderstorm watch that goes for the next few hours, especially out here in Oklahoma. About 2 hours and 28 minutes left on this one, just right around Oklahoma City, just northwest of Tulsa. We get up here towards Kansas. This goes, I believe, until 1 a.m., I believe, up here towards Missouri and through parts of Kansas and southern parts of Iowa as well. So real quick, let's get into parts of the area. Like I said, here's the watches over the next few days across this area. Now here is the significant severe weather that's happening tonight. This is the latest update as of 8:13 from the Storm Prediction Center. So you can see this little sliver of moderate risk still out there for parts of Kansas, enhanced risk all the way down to parts of Oklahoma, slight risk all the way over into western Missouri, southwestern parts of Iowa, and of course up here towards northwestern parts of Kansas as well. But this is not the only thing that's actually happening today. So here's the latest severe wind outlook. Like I said, the Storm Prediction Center has been really hammering this hard today about a possible derecho event across parts of Kansas and through parts of Oklahoma as well, with upwards of 90-mile-per-hour winds across this area. Okay, and there's going to be some big hail with this as well. There's been some reports of baseball-sized hail. There is that possibility of up to softball size across parts of Oklahoma and southern Kansas for today, or like just tonight, that is, into the morning. And then tomorrow, more severe risk across parts of Kansas, Nebraska, in through parts of Missouri here, and even up towards Chicago. And the risks do not end there as we go in through. Let's go to Tuesday. Tuesday, here's the next most significant risk that's going to happen. Okay, so we're talking most of central to eastern Oklahoma, northwestern quarter of Arkansas, most of Missouri, Illinois, up towards Wisconsin, and then we already have an enhanced risk out for parts of Missouri, Kansas, up through most of Iowa, western, northwestern parts of Illinois as well. We're thinking possibly tornadoes this day, plus damaging straight line winds, and of course some big hail, and we've had tons and tons of storms down here in parts of Texas. They're still cleaning up across Houston with that derecho event that came through with that 100+ mile per hour winds that came through Houston, and there's still power outages out that way. All right, let's get into the current weather here. Let's basically get into parts of Oklahoma first, then we'll start going north here. Let's get into the weather alerts, as there is some tornado warnings right in around Oklahoma City. This is for Canadian County, Oklahoma, for radar indicated tornado and up to golf ball size hail. So this is the immediate threat here. This storm came through just west of here, produced some a tornado just right around Washita, Oklahoma. Train spotter. This was at 8:10 this evening, and then another report back here just west of Clinton towards Butler, Oklahoma. There was a huge tornado on the ground out that way. Like I said, there was a tornado emergency out that way. There is about 17% of the county of Custer County in Oklahoma out of about 17% out of power right now. And just west of there, about 10% as well. But like I said, in and around Oklahoma City, including El Reno, Yukon, over towards Mustang, Union City. Like I said, this is observed tornado now. This is a PDS tornado warning. This has just been updated, looks like. So this is observed tornado. So tornado is on the ground with this one. It's a PDS tornado warning that is in effect here for parts of the area in Oklahoma. So Canadian County, Oklahoma, this is a dangerous situation that is happening just west of Oklahoma City. So a tornado is on the ground with this storm. Okay. All right. Take a look at velocities real quick. Get over there. Just waiting for the scan. So thank you all for joining, by the way. I know it's a little bit late. I've actually was not home at the time. Boy, this event really ramped up tonight with the huge tornado. Like I said, that was just west of Oklahoma City, west of El Reno here, and now another tornado is on the ground with this storm. And there we go. You can see the velocity couplet right here. This is basically, I don't know if anybody knows where Settlers Ridge is, just southwest of Yukon, Oklahoma, like I said, this is going to start getting into some populated areas. So you can see where this tornado is possibly at. This is the last scan, and very tight velocity signature here. So tornado is possibly on the ground here, just south of I-40, south of Banner, southwest of Yukon, Oklahoma, and basically east of looks like maybe State Highway 92 here. But there is a tornado on the ground with this PDS tornado warning for another 22 minutes. This is in part of Oklahoma, just west of Oklahoma City. Okay. PDS tornado warning ongoing with this one. And there is a CC drop right here. So there is debris in the sky basically across this area. You can see all these reds and stuff. That's basically normal stuff that's in the air. The stuff right here, I don't know if you can see where my cursor's at. This blues and greens up here, that means there's objects up into the sky that doesn't really that's not supposed to be there. So especially it basically matches up with the velocity signature here, just south of Banner, south of I-40. So like I said, still a tornado possible on this thing, and it's a PDS tornado warning for this storm for another 21 minutes. This is for, I believe, Canadian County in Oklahoma. Still very dangerous storm. Like I said, we're kind of keeping an eye on this one for now. Like I said, it's the PDS observed tornadoes, a particularly dangerous situation just west of Oklahoma City. As like I said, a tornado is on the ground with this. Let's see if the next velocity comes back here. Still a little couplet right here. Like I said, just south of I-40 and southwest of Yukon, Oklahoma. Like I said, we're getting into some more populated areas just west of Oklahoma City. So getting into the suburbs here. Still, this latest scan that just came through, as you saw that, still a pretty decent cut here with the scan. So we have to watch this very carefully because, like I said, tornado is on the ground. This is observed tornado, and there it is right there. I don't know if anybody this is just south of I-40, down South Banner Road and West Reno Avenue. There is definitely a tornado on the ground with this. There is debris on radar. This is a very dangerous situation that's ongoing just west of Oklahoma City. Anybody near Settlers Ridge, you take West Reno Avenue, you get towards basically, like I said, Settlers Ridge down here towards Highway 92, South Cemetery Road. If you know anybody in those areas, especially as you get into west side of Oklahoma City, they need to take shelter immediately because this is a very dangerous situation that's coming into parts just west of Oklahoma City into this area. So, like I said, there is a tornado on the ground with this. There is a debris signature on this as well on the correlation coefficient. Velocities still showing this tornado right here as the latest as of the latest scan. This was at 9:39. The latest scan was so just a few minutes ago. I'll tell you, this severe weather lately has been out of control. It's been this constant battle with the severe weather, and it just keeps on coming, especially with that trough out west and northwest of the United States here. Cooler than average air out that way, and then this high pressure is basically sitting over the Gulf, trying to nudge north with all this heat and humidity. And of course, here comes the battleground in between, and we're going to have that most of this week with constant little ripples of energy that come through, and with some 80s and 90s for highs and a lot of humidity. Going to be a lot of cape as well. Basically, the atmosphere is going to be juiced for development of severe weather coming through the area here. And I'll go over the severe weather threats again through Thursday here in just a little bit. But we gotta stay focused on this tornado warning, this PDS tornado warning, just west of Oklahoma City. We're talking just Yukon, Settlers Ridge down here. Like I said, tornadoes on the ground here. Um, just right around West Reno Avenue, South Banner Road, over towards. Like I said, if you know anybody in this area, they need to take cover because there's a tornado on the ground with this. You see the CC is still there. Debris is still in the air with this, and that matches up basically with our velocities and where the reflectivity is. So this is going to be, it looks like this may be rain wrapped as well. So you ain't going to be seeing this thing as it heads towards you. So if you're out towards, say, Southwest 15th Street, South Cemetery Road, over towards Highway 4, over towards 344, even, this is getting into parts just on the west side of Oklahoma City now, over towards maybe Wheatland. Um, Got to take cover here because now, like I said, we're getting into the part where we're getting into some major populated areas. You see where all these roads and subdivisions are, so we're getting into very dangerous situation here, just west of Oklahoma City. And you see that's still, man, it's just been kind of sitting here for a little bit, so it's almost slowly moving here. So that's not good. It's going to be parked over the same area for just for a little bit. So if you're just now joining us, there is a particularly dangerous situation. Tornado warnings, PDS tornado warning. It's just shy of basically a tornado emergency, but there is a tornado that has been detected and has been spotted that's on the ground here. And there has been a correlation coefficient debris drop on this thing as well. And you can see, I'll go back to that. You can see where these blues and greens here basically matches right up to where the velocity couplet is, and so there is debris that's in the air that's radar indicated as well. So definitely ongoing. This is a mess through here. It's gonna be rain wrapped possibly, and you can see where that's at. Right now, it's basically over Northwest 10th Street and Cimarron Road. That's where the tornado is possible. Looks like it's drifting east northeast at the moment. So I-40 could be impacted here. North Frisco Road, and then over towards Yukon, south of the city here, maybe getting impacted over the next 15, 20 minutes. So need to take cover immediately across this area. So like I said, if you know anybody in these areas, you need to tag them in this so they can and tell them what's going on. They may not know what's going on. So we need to get the word out there across this area for sure. All right, so I'm just glancing through the latest warnings on some of these here. All right, let me zoom out just for a second here. So I would say that probably Oklahoma City area, you need to pay really close attention to this because this is going to get, like I said, it's coming into the west part of town now, very slowly. Like I said, just southwest of Yukon. There is a tornado observed with this. Like I said, it's a PDS tornado warning. Now, this last scan looks promising. So it looks like the velocity couplet is starting to get a little bit weaker here. So that is good news, but still, there's still a PDS tornado warning on the storm for this area. This was the latest update at 9:35. This is northeastern Grady and northeastern Canadian counties. Says at 9:35, a confirmed large and extremely dangerous tornado was located over western Oklahoma City, or 6 miles southwest of Yukon, moving east at 30. Particularly dangerous situation. So you need to take shelter with this storm here. Still some debris is kind of scattered around in the air here. This is probably about maybe 4 or 5 thousand feet up from the radar site. So maybe it's a little bit lower than that, but it's detecting still some debris, not as much as it was earlier, but it's kind of scattering it out now and possibly falling. So if you're up here towards I-40, you may start getting some debris that's landing either close to I-40 or just south of there. So anybody driving through there, just be careful, very careful. Probably just need to find some shelter through there as well. Like I said, there is this is a PDS tornado warning in parts of Oklahoma here, just on the west side of Oklahoma City. In this last scan, there's actually another possible tornado that could be happening here. There's another, you know, reds and greens meeting together. That's rotation. So this one may be taking over, and this one's getting less and less. So we'll see what happens here with this one. Give me just a second. I need to restart my radar. Give me just a second. All right, we now have three tornado warnings. This is not good at all, actually. So we're going to stay with this one. Probably we're going to check back with that, but let's go back up to Kansas. Actually, there's tornado warnings up here. So a little bit of spin right here, and there's a little bit of spin down here as well. This is radar indicated, of course, for parts of Kansas. Let's take a look at what counties here. So Shawnee, Osage, and Wabasani. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Counties in Kansas under tornado warnings for another 10 minutes. So and then there's still this PDS tornado warning down here for parts of Canadian County and Grady County in Oklahoma. So we'll take a look back on that because this is where the most populated areas are at the moment. So this looks like there may be a new rotation forming back here. Yes, that's what's happening. So you can see where these yellows, reds are meeting these greens. There is circulation back this way. I'm just curious if there is nothing on. There's no CC drop yet. So that first tornado probably lifted. There's still going to be some very high winds with this, so you need to stay in your safe spot across this area. Oklahoma City, you need to really pay attention to this because this is going to come into the area anytime, probably over the next 30 to 45 minutes. So the National Weather Service out of Norman probably will be issuing another warning here soon. We just got to pay attention to exactly what's happening across this area. All right, like I said, if you're just now joining us, Canadian County and Grady County, Oklahoma, there's a PDS tornado warning out for your area as there's been a tornado observed and it's been on the ground. Looks like it just lifted just southwest of Yukon, but need to stay in your safe spots. This is just west of Oklahoma City, so need to pay attention to this. especially if you live in Oklahoma City. You need to pay attention because this, like I said, there's been reports of tornadoes. Or tornado was on the ground just southwest of Yukon, and now there's another possible rotation taking over back here towards just northwest of Powers. That looks like it's lightened up a little bit. There is a still rotation back up here just southwest of Yukon. So this is looking a little bit better, but the rotation is still there across that area. And the CC drops are gone. Basically, there is probably some debris still trying to rain down around I-40 just southwest of Yukon. So please stay safe across this area. The storm may be cycling. That's why we're kind of seeing a lull in some of these velocities. But there is some broad rotation here, and there is a little tightening back here just northwest of Powers on Highway 81, it looks like, just south of I-40, just south of El Reno. So we got to keep an eye on that as well. All right. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. If you can, just holler at me in the comments. Just want to make sure my sound's good as well. I didn't check that earlier, so I do apologize. I appreciate y'all watching tonight, but this is some nasty weather that's coming into parts of Oklahoma City. And we're kind of staying with this as there's still a PDS tornado warning going for another 6 minutes or so. So we're kind of everybody to stay in your safe spots, but the rotation is not as extreme as it was earlier, but there's still broad rotation with this storm. Right around just basically southwest of Yukon. So, but there with this storm, there's going to be some high winds coming into parts of western Oklahoma City, regardless with this. So please pay attention to the weather across this area. All right, here comes the next scan on velocity. So let's see how that works. Let's see what it looks like. Looking a lot better. I'll tell you what, it's looking a lot better. So, like I said, if you're down here 344 all the way to getting to I-44 in just West Oklahoma City, you're going to see some high winds very shortly with this storm. This has still got some very broad rotation with it, but not as we don't have that tight couplet like we had earlier. So, and that was just southwest of Yukon, okay, where that tornado was on the ground. So, curious what the warning's going to be on this as we get into Oklahoma City. They're probably typing one up as we speak, but we'll see how this plays out. Going to look through the severe thunderstorm warnings here. See if there's anything that sticks out. There's a couple up here in Kansas, Franklin, Coffee, Osage, Anderson, and Douglas counties in Kansas. You have a considerable severe thunderstorm warning right now. Actually expires in 4 minutes. 70-mile-per-hour winds with that one. Go down here towards parts of Kansas as well. This is 1-inch hail, 70-mile-per-hour winds. And we just got a new tornado warning out for Oklahoma City. So Oklahoma City, you're now under tornado warning. This is radar indicated. Like I said, the velocities kind of just went away, but there is still broad rotation with this. That's why this PDS tornado warning is probably been dropped or going to be dropped. So Oklahoma City, more Oklahoma. Let me zoom in here. Wheatland, Valley Brook to Dell City, Oklahoma City, even downtown area. You're under a tornado warning right now as we speak. So just broad rotation that's coming in here. Tornado is possible with this. But right now, it is just a radar indicated tornado with very broad rotation at the moment. This is where the tornado would be, basically down here towards Mustang, probably getting into Wheatland here. But there's going to be a lot of wind coming into Oklahoma City. And then on the north side of the storm, there's going to be a lot of hail as well. So, uh, golf ball size hail is possible. Basically from Bethany, probably out over towards Oklahoma City, where all these deeper like pinks and almost blacks are. There's going to be some pretty decent hail through there. But tornado warning is now in effect for Oklahoma City. Lots of population through that area. So see a little like hook feature that's coming basically from Bethany, just north of Oklahoma City, and this kind of curving back here. So back here towards southwest of Yukon, here's the latest. This was at 9:37. Radar confirmed, and there's a media video of the tornado here in Canadian County, Oklahoma. So there is that one report which triggered that PDS tornado warning just a little bit ago. But it's been downgraded to basically a radar indicated tornado warning, but that still doesn't mean we're out of the woods here in Oklahoma City. So you need to take shelter immediately. But or golf ball size hail is possible this storm, especially up here, just north of I 40, up here towards I 44, basically, and Highway 66 towards Bethany. Possible up here towards Nichols Hills, even in the north side of Oklahoma City, Jefferson Park, Heritage Hills. See if we can zoom in here. So basically, all the downtown area, just north of I 40 here, you're going to have a lot of hail, especially up here towards Bethany. You're probably getting some pretty decent hail right now. Like I said, golf ball size hail with this storm. Now, this is starting to look more concerning on the southwest side of Oklahoma City. You see the inflow notch right here now coming in just north of Wheatland. So this thing may produce again. So you need to get into your shelter across Oklahoma City and just southwest of Oklahoma City, the southwest part of town, excluding Wheatland, over towards 240 here to I 44, all the way over towards Valley Brook, Del City. Need to be in your tornado shelter. Even more Oklahoma, you need to be in your tornado shelters as this is looks like it, like I said, this storm may be cycling and it's starting to look a little bit better organized on the south side of this towards Wheatland here. Just a still broad rotation, but I mean, this latest reflectivity, you see what this inflow notch is here. So basically, you get inflow here. I'll see my cursor here. See if I can draw this. So basically, you got inflow here, and then basically flowing this way. So you got circulation right in there. Sorry, my drawing is horrible, but you get what I'm saying across this area. So here's the latest scan that's coming across. So we'll see how this looks. Like I said, Oklahoma City, you are under a tornado warning at the moment. Just radar indicated at the moment. Golf ball size hail is possible up towards Bethany and just north suburbs here of Oklahoma City. You're probably going to get socked with tornado, or I'm sorry, golf ball size hail, upwards of golf ball size hail. So that's going to wreak havoc on its own up that way. But down here towards basically I 240, I 344, over towards I 44, just south of I 40. This is where the possible tornado could be happening over the next few minutes. Like I said, it's looks like starting to reorganize across this area. So you need to be in your tornado shelters. So this is the latest at 9:56 from the National Weather Service. Southwestern Oklahoma County, northwestern Cleveland County, southeastern Canadian County, and northwestern McLean County in Oklahoma till 10:45. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located over southwestern Oklahoma City or near Mustang, moving east at 25 miles per hour. Like I said, this storm is not moving that fast. So this storm has a history of producing tornadoes. So golf ball size hail will be possible as well with this, especially north of I-40 here in Oklahoma City and north side of town here over towards Bethany as well. Could be some big time hail, and we already got a hail report in from right around the Yukon area of 1.25 inches hail here, just around that area. So that is the latest report across that area. And this is starting to, like I said, this is starting to get better organized. Like I said, if you are in Wheatland or just west of there or east of there towards I-44, in between 44 and I-35 over towards Valley Brook, just south of Oklahoma City downtown, this is where this possible tornado could be coming in across this area. It could be hugging 240 as we go just east here. But anywhere between Valley Brook and even down here towards Moore, Oklahoma, you need to stay. You need to stay in your tornado shelters or get there immediately as this storm is starting to wrap up. This has a history of producing tornadoes. Excuse me, across the parts of this area. There was a tornado observed up here towards 6 miles southwest, west southwest of Yukon, Oklahoma. This is at 9:37. This prompted that PDS tornado warning across this area. This thing's got some major inflow now, so it's starting to tighten up. I don't really see that in velocities, but the velocities are a little bit older than the actual reflectivity. So we'll see how that happens. Let's take a look at CC here. All right, so we're getting so close to radar now. So this is where the rotation would be, right in here. So anywhere, like I said, between 240 and over towards I-44, just east of Wheatland. Um, this is where the tornado could be. Okay, so this is going to be crossing over towards I-44. This is going southwest 54th Street, going towards. This could be, if I'm right here, this could be the airport. Could be going just right through the airport here shortly. The rotation that could be. So, anyways, between basically Airport Road over towards I-44, this is where the circulation's at the moment. Still, radar indicated tornado. Nothing observed yet, but like I said, like this storm was cycling, and there is a tightening right here. Across hopefully just west of Wheatland or east of Wheatland, between Airport Road and I-44 240. So if you're anywhere between basically southwest 29th Street, south of there towards 44th Street, 59th Street, 74th Street, 240 over towards I-35 in Oklahoma City, you need to be in your shelters immediately. He said this is where the tornado would be if it's on the ground, but you need to be in your tornado safe spots just southwest of Oklahoma City because this is the very dangerous storm. This has a history of producing tornadoes, and up here towards Oklahoma City, you're just getting absolutely crushed with very heavy rain, probably tons of lightning and some hail as well. So stay in your safe spots up there. As like I said, hail on in itself will create a lot of damage. So you need to stay inside, away from windows, interior part of your house. If you have a basement, that's where you need to be. Is anybody watching this right now in and around Oklahoma City by chance? I'm not seeing anything in comments, but I was curious if anybody's in and around Oklahoma City with this to see if they, especially north of town, see if they have any hail up that way. Just trying to get some ground reports here. But anyways, this possible rotation here, this possible tornado could be between 240 and I-44. Going to be crossing over I-44, following 240, possibly going towards Valley Brooks, towards I-35. Basically, I-40 and south towards 240. That's where the tornado is going to be shortly. It's going to cross I-44 into that area any minute. Oklahoma City, like I said, downtown Oklahoma City and north of town getting absolutely crushed with very, very heavy rains, lightning, and possible up to golf ball size hail up that way. Bethany could be absolutely getting crushed with this hail at the moment. It's going just north of there. Like I said, Oklahoma City and just north of town, you're going to be dealing with a ton of heavy rain and lightning and very very large hail, maybe up to golf ball size, maybe a little bit larger in that area. So here's the latest update from National Weather Service. Tornado warning remains in effect till 10:45. Southwestern Oklahoma County, northwestern Cleveland County. 10:09. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing tornado was located over southwestern Oklahoma City or near Will Rogers Airport. So yes, it was near the airport here just a few minutes ago, moving east at 25. So tornado and golf ball size hail is possible with this. So Oklahoma City, some of these impacted locations: Oklahoma City, Norman, Oklahoma, Moore, Western City, Dell City, Bethany, War Acres, and a Woodland Park, Smith Village. Some of the highways here: I-35 between mile markers 115 and 133. Highway I-40 between 142 and 157. I-44 between 110 and 128, and Interstate 240 between mile markers 1 and 9. So you need to be taking cover in this area. As like I said, we have a tornado warning in effect for Oklahoma City. We're staying with this storm because this is a major population area, and a lot of people could be affected through Oklahoma City and the suburbs, especially just south of town. If you're in Moore, Oklahoma, you need to be in your tornado shelter, as the tornado was located near the airport up here, just southwest Oklahoma City, slowly moving east. It looks like it's moving a little bit more south or east southeast now, but it looks like it's going to hug either 240 or just right either north and south of there, and going towards Valley Brook. So 240 basically from Pennsylvania Avenue over towards Western Avenue, Walker Avenue, Santa Fe, over towards I-35. You're next in line for this possible tornado. So you need to be underground if possible, or in the interior part of your house. If you don't have a basement, interior part of the house, away from any outside windows, uh, basically windows or outside walls. Get as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Um, or, like I said, if you have a basement, get underground with this. Okay. So this is where the tornado could be. This broad rotation. We're getting really close to radar now. So, like I said, 44 to 240, going over towards Valley Brook. You're going to be next here. Um, Even down here towards, like I said, Southwest 89th Street towards 104th. You're going to be affected as well. And we're getting towards the north side of Moore, Oklahoma as well with this. Good news here is there's no CC drop, so tornado may not be on the ground, but you need to treat it like it's on the ground and get into shelter in this area because this, like I said, this has a history of producing tornadoes. This storm has a history of producing tornadoes across this area. There's going to be a ton of wind with this, even on the backside of where this rotation is, even down towards Moore, Oklahoma. So you need to get into shelter across this area. You see where this appendage is. That's where that rotation is, just northwest of Moore, Oklahoma, past over or just north of the airport of Oklahoma City here, hugging 240 north and south of there. In Valley Brook, you're going to be next. Okay, so you may not be getting much rain there. It might be a little bit of lull, but be quiet at the moment. But this appendage, this possible rotation tornado, could be coming towards you just south of downtown Oklahoma City. That's where this could be. But anywhere in Oklahoma City, just north of town, you're going to be getting some big hail as well up here towards Jefferson Park, possibly I-235 to I-44, and then over towards Forest Park, probably possibly as well. All right. I appreciate y'all joining for this evening. Like I said, we're kind of sticking with this storm here, as it's the only tornado warning right now that's for Oklahoma. Oklahoma County, Cleveland County, Oklahoma, your tornado warning at the moment. This is including Oklahoma City, even the downtown area, and just right and into Moore, Oklahoma as well. You need to be in your shelters here. Like I said, Valley Brook, you're up next here, as you can see where this appendage is coming back, and where this is where the rotation would be through this area. So it's just hugging kind of 240 north and south of this, even down towards you know 119th and 134th Street, just west of I-35. So you got to get your tornado safe spots. Got to get to shelter. Run, don't walk to your shelters at this time. Moore, Oklahoma, Valley Brook, Oklahoma City, you are under a tornado warning right now for another 29 minutes. Right now, still radar indicated across the area. Look, the rotation went either over the airport or just north of the airport. Now it's just basically like hugging I-240 here, and they're going to cross possibly into over I-35 here in the next few minutes. Basically, between Moore and Valley Brook, you're going to be up next here across this area for this possible tornado. Either way, you're going to get a ton of wind on the backside of this as well. Anyways, y'all are if somebody's just now joining us, like I said, Oklahoma City's under tornado warning. This has a history of producing tornadoes across just west of Oklahoma City. Just a little bit ago, southwest of Yukon, there was a confirmed tornado on the ground, and there was a video of it as well. That spawned a particularly dangerous situation. Tornado warning across this area, but right now it's just a radar indicated tornado with a lot of hail possibilities going over possible downtown Oklahoma City and just north of there, up towards Heritage Hills East, Jefferson Park, Forest Park. You're going to be up next for possible upwards of golf ball size hail, or maybe a little bit larger. You can see what's the appendage is kind of hooking back. This is where the rotation is at the moment. So Valley Brook to basically Moore, Oklahoma, upwards, maybe possibly Dell City, just south of downtown. This is where the rotation is going to be, hugging kind of 240 north and south of here. And then anywhere, like I said, between I-40 in Oklahoma City down to 240 and possibly all the way down to possibly Moore, Oklahoma. You need to take cover right now because this is, like I said, this storm has a history of producing tornadoes across Oklahoma this evening. There is one storm chaser on this storm, but he is way, way west of the area. So looks like he's trying to catch up with it. All right, here's the latest update. Now that it's down to a possible ping pong ball size hail, inch and a half hail here. Still radar indicated tornado. Look at the latest updates as of 1 minute ago. Tornado warning is still in effect until 10:45. Southwestern Oklahoma County, North Central Cleveland County. 10:30 or 10:18 is severe thunderstorm capable of producing tornadoes located over Valley Brook, moving east at 30 miles per hour. I've been giving Valley Brook kind of a heads up for the past 10, 20 minutes. So hopefully you guys have been heeding the warning down there, or if you know someone in that area, you've been kind of give them a call, kind of a heads up, like, hey, I'm sharing this post with you on Facebook or YouTube. You need to go watch it, or watch your whatever weather site you like to watch. Even local weather in Oklahoma City. Probably have some live coverage going on there. As long as you get the word out to them to make sure they're staying safe and getting in their safe spots, that's what needs to happen across Oklahoma City and just basically towards more Oklahoma as well. All right, I'm just going to cruise through the warnings here, see if there's anything that pops out. Mostly just general Um, severe thunderstorm warnings, nothing crazy. We had a few damaging severe thunderstorm warnings earlier for parts of Kansas with up to 90-mile-per-hour winds, and there was a lot of power outages just west of Wichita, Kansas earlier, and we'll check that here earlier, or check that here in just a minute, and then we'll go over the severe weather over the next few days as well. We're trying to stay with this Oklahoma City storm, as this is the only tornado warning at the moment across the United States. But Oklahoma City is getting absolutely blasted tonight with some hail and a possible tornado just south of town over Valley Brook just a few minutes ago. Like I said, it's going to be hugging the two, basically north and south of 240 here. And let's see if we can zoom in here. So basically, Bryant Avenue over towards Sooner Road, South Air Depot Boulevard, Southeast 74th Street. If you know anybody in these areas that need to take shelter, and this storm's going to get really close to the radar site here any moment. So need to be in your tornado safe spots in and around Oklahoma City. This possible tornado, like I said, is over Valley Brook, and then going to be following 240 north and south of 240, just north of Moore, and going to be following all of 240 over towards probably 40 here any moment. So need to be in your tornado safe spot across this area. like I said, we need to take this storm pretty seriously in and around Oklahoma City. This has a history of producing tornadoes. There was a tornado on the ground just southwest of Yukon, Oklahoma, just west of Oklahoma City, just a little bit ago. This was at 9:37 this evening. Was a tornado on the ground. It was producing damage. We saw that. You joined me earlier. We saw the correlation coefficient drop on some debris that was in the air, and that basically coincided with the velocity couplet signature as well, and the actual radar image just southeast of El Reno and southwest of Yukon. It was producing damage in that area, and then this storm was all the way over towards Weatherford, southwest of Weatherford, in Washita County. Produced a tornado out that way. I saw some photos out here just west of Butler. It was a humongous tornado that was on the ground. Looked like it was a mile wide at one point. Just over here towards Custer County, west of Butler, Oklahoma. And there is 50% of that Custer County is out of power out there. And we go towards Roger Mills County, and there's 4% of people out of power down there. Washita County, there's about 4% out of power. So, and there has been wind damage with this as well. Billboard blown down. Semi trailer was turned over. This was at 8:40 this evening. So there's tons of reports, and we do have a tornado report with this one. Looks like there's a brief tornado that was touched down just east of the airport, right around Southwest 65th Place and South May Avenue, between Southwest 59th Street and Southwest 65th Place. Looks like there was a brief tornado that touched down here. So, like I said, this has to be taken seriously across this area. Like I said, this has a history of producing tornadoes. And now there's a general severe thunderstorm warning across this area. Considerable threat. Damage is possible. 70-mile-per-hour winds and inch and a half hail across basically the rest of this county outside of this tornado warning. But like I said, if you're just now joining us, there has been a tornado report just a few minutes ago at 10:09. Brief tornado possibly touching down 5 miles west of Valley Brook, Oklahoma. This was just east of the airport. Just east of the airport in Oklahoma City a few minutes ago. So, like I said, you need to be in your shelter here. And we have a general severe thunderstorm warning now for the rest of Oklahoma City over towards Choctaw and Hera for 70-mile-per-hour winds and ping pong ball size hail with this one. This is the only tornado warning at the moment across the United States, but this is coming through a major population center of Oklahoma City. So that's why we're basically staying on the storm. Like I said, there was a brief tornado. Looks like it touched down around 10:09, just east of the airport. Looks like the airport reported about a 75-mile-per-hour wind. Actually, that's it. Yeah, 75-mile-per-hour wind right around the airport here at 10:10. So this is going to be bringing some hurricane force winds possibility in through this area. So even though you may be just right around Oklahoma City or just over towards Choctaw or north of there, like, oh, this thing's not going to hit me. Well, yeah, you're going to get hail and you're going to get some heavy winds. 70 to possibly 80-mile-per-hour winds is possible, and we're getting those reports coming in right around the airport here, southwest Oklahoma City here. I think that's a Will Rogers Airport reported a 75-mile-per-hour wind just a little bit ago across that area. All right, just running through the severe thunderstorm warnings real quick. Make sure there's nothing that stands out. Because, like I said, we have a threat for a derecho, especially up here towards Kansas. Storm Prediction Center has been saying upwards of 90-mile-per-hour winds is possible. There was some severe thunderstorm warnings earlier that had some a possible 90 mile per hour winds with it. There was some reports of 80 to 85 mile per hour um, winds up here towards Wichita. And you can see there's some counties up here towards Reno County in Kansas, just northwest of Wichita. There's 61% of people are out of power. Um, just over towards Kingman County, about 3%. Wichita itself looks like everything's good there. 60% just north of Wichita, and Harvey County, 60% is out of power. And then Butler County, about 3% there. But there is power outages. All these colors here represent power outages across this area. So lots of damage reports coming in. There has been 70-mile-per-hour winds, and even into Wichita area, 75-mile-per-hour winds in Wichita is at 8 o'clock this evening. And this is starting to head into parts of Missouri, even into the Kansas City area as well. All right, Oklahoma City, still our tornado warning at the moment. There was a tornado briefly touched down just east of the airport, Will Rogers Airport, that is. See what that tornado sign is right here. 5 west of Valley Brook at 10:09. There was a brief tornado that touched down. So even into Oklahoma City, up towards Spencer, Choctaw, you're going to get hail with this and some high winds, up to 70 miles per hour is possible. Right around the airport, just a little bit ago, there was a 75-mile-per-hour wind gust that come through the area that will produce damage throughout the area. That's basically hurricane force wind that came through the airport just a little bit ago. Now there is some severe thunderstorm warnings up north here towards Enid. There's just a general severe thunderstorm warning, quarter size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, including Lahoma up towards Enid, North Enid as well. And then saw a golf ball size hail up here towards northwest or northwestern parts of Oklahoma, including Freedom up towards Alva, up towards the Kansas border here as well. And you can see with this one storm, you can see the tornadoes. There's been several tornadoes spotted with this, even all the way back towards Butler. And there was some big tornado pictures coming in right around, I believe it was Butler, Oklahoma. There was an 80-mile-per-hour wind reported as well, just west of Butler or east of Butler as well. But Oklahoma City still under a tornado warning just for a few more minutes. Like I said, there was a brief touchdown just east of the airport, southwest side of town. Rest of the county now basically up towards Spencer, Choctaw, Hara, under a considerable thunderstorm warning, severe thunderstorm warning right now. 70-mile-per-hour winds and ping pong ball size hail is possible with this. Is there anybody in and around Oklahoma City that saw any damage or hail as this passes? Of course, report that safely. But if you've seen any damage or hail or even possible tornado, you need to report that to your National Weather Service in Norman, around that area, so they can get those reports. But like I said, there was a 75-mile-per-hour wind gust around the airport here just a little bit ago, and a possible tornado, a brief tornado, just right around basically the I-44 240 junction, right around Southwest 65th Place, just a little bit ago across this area. So Oklahoma County and Cleveland County still under tornado warning for another 12 minutes. It's the only tornado warning right now across the United States. Ping pong sized hail is possible with this storm. So this storm's getting so close to the radar, it's going to be kind of hard to pick up on anything. But you need, like I said, this produced a brief tornado just west of Valley Brook over towards the airport. There was a 75-mile-per-hour wind at the airport here just a little bit ago in Oklahoma City. All right, that tornado warning has been lifted across Oklahoma City, but you're still under a severe thunderstorm warning with 70-mile-per-hour winds and ping pong ball size hail. Big time there. So let's go up towards Kansas City now as we're starting to get this big bow line of storms that's coming into the area. So Kansas City, 60-mile-per-hour winds is possible over the next 40 minutes or so. This is the next biggest population up here across this area. So 60-mile-per-hour winds be coming into Kansas City with up to a three-quarter-inch hail. And then along the Kansas line here, 60-mile-per-hour winds here. And then 60-mile-per-hour winds coming into parts of western Missouri. So this general severe thunderstorm warnings at the moment. Nothing too crazy. Glad to see that that storm down Oklahoma has kind of calmed down a little bit. But this thing has a history of producing tornadoes. But like I said, Oklahoma City, just east of town now, under a severe thunderstorm warning for another 40 minutes or 39 minutes, 70-mile-per-hour winds possible. There was a 75-mile-per-hour wind gust upward or up by the airport. All right, so we go towards the northern parts of Oklahoma here. This is towards Freedom. Golf ball size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Basically, Highway 64 and Highway 281, just north of Alva. Under severe thunderstorm warning there. Go down here towards Enid, still under severe thunderstorm warning for another 23 minutes. Quarter size hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. So everything is clustered over parts of eastern Kansas into getting into the Kansas City area. Fear anybody knows anybody around Overland Park or Kansas City, southeastern parts of Kansas City. You're going to get a bunch of wind with this. 60-mile-per-hour winds is possible with this as well. Like I said, we've had some big time damage reports back here towards Wichita, just north of town. There's a lot of power outages up even towards Hutchinson, Kansas. 86-mile-per-hour wind reported at Hutchinson Airport. This is at 7:40 earlier today. So lots of things going down. A lot of 1-inch hail reports coming in now across parts of Oklahoma City. I got an 1.5-inch report out here towards Yukon, east of Yukon. All right, I'm going to go to the general radar now and kind of see what's going on everywhere else. Up here towards just west of Des Moines, there's a little bow line of storms here, slowly weakening. There's no severe thunderstorm warnings up there with that. But so basically, the main actions down here in parts of Oklahoma and this bow line that's coming into parts of western Missouri at the moment. So while we're in a little bit of a lull, let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center, what they're thinking here. See if there's any updates on it. So this is at 8:13, so this hasn't been updated, so it's not going to be as accurate. So I think they update again, the moderate risk going to be gone away. So let's head into Monday. Severe weather is still possible across parts of Kansas into Nebraska, parts of southwestern Iowa, northwestern Missouri, even towards the Chicago area for tomorrow, Monday, that is. Just real broad tornado probabilities of 2 to 4% across Kansas into Missouri, Iowa, into Illinois. Then, as we go, this will be the next significant severe weather day. Will be Tuesday, May 21st, as there could be a pretty decent severe weather outbreak that day across parts of Kansas into Oklahoma, or into Missouri, Iowa, into Illinois, even into, like I said, slight risk all the way down into parts of Oklahoma, into Arkansas, and then or marginal risk back here into parts of Texas, even. Then we go beyond that. Here's Wednesday. Big slight risk all the way from basically Detroit all the way to Dallas, through, like I said, Texas, northeastern parts of Texas, southeastern Oklahoma, through most of northern and central Arkansas, southeastern Missouri, into right around Memphis and northwestern Tennessee. Same here in Kentucky, just hugging the Ohio River all the way up towards Ohio as well. And then it doesn't stop there. Thursday, more severe weather. Parts of Oklahoma, parts of Texas, into Arkansas, and northwestern Louisiana. So the severe weather is not going to quit, as we have a big kind of a troughiness out west with cooler than normal weather. And then we have this bubble of high pressure that's over the Gulf, basically trying to move north, creating a lot of almost hot weather, and then steamy conditions, a lot more humidity coming into the area. And with the warmth and humidity and the unstable atmosphere and these little ripples of energy that's coming through the base of this trough, that's going to be coming through the southern plains into the central part of the United States, there is going to be severe weather over the next 3 to 4 days, at least across the area. And that's going to bring a lot of heavy rain with it as well. So that is something, like I said, I feel like I've been a broken record here for the past, month or two, just nonstop severe weather coming into parts of the area. So right now, There is no tornado warnings. There is a couple of considerable severe thunderstorm warnings. This one in parts of Oklahoma for Woodward, and Harper County in Oklahoma for hail, basically a golf ball size hail up here in northern parts of Oklahoma. And then down here in Oklahoma City, just east of town now, 70-mile-per-hour winds is possible, and a ping pong size hail across that area. So we're going to stay alive here just for a little bit longer, see if anything else flares up. But right now, just general thunderstorm warnings. Right now, there's not even a tornado possible tag on any of these right now, but there still have been some big time hail that's been coming through parts of Oklahoma City. Here's another report here: golf ball size hail in Del City. So there is hail coming through that went through Oklahoma City and going towards Choctaw now, towards Hera. But earlier, like I said, there was a lot of damage up here towards Wichita and just north of town. There's a lot of power outages up this way. Still, there's some 85, 86 mile per hour wind gusts up here. Lots of power lines down. I'll look at some of these damage reports real quick. Lots of trees down, looks like. Lots of tree damage up this way, but that's going to brought down power lines. Even in and around Hutchinson, I know there was I believe an 86 mile per hour wind through there, and most of the county is out of power. 61% of the county is out of power in parts of Hutchinson, Kansas here. New severe thunderstorm warning just north of Kansas City here towards Platte City, Smithville, Gladstone, Liberty. Just a general severe thunderstorm warning with that. All right, so this storm that's just basically kind of sitting around just west of Enid, Oklahoma. This now has a considerable tag with it on the severe thunderstorm warning. Golf ball size hail is possible. This storm, go back to actual radar here. That one. Might need to keep an eye on this storm up here in parts of northern Oklahoma. This thing looks like it may is starting to develop a hook on it. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on that one. Real broad rotation on that one right at the moment. But still, you need to keep an eye on that. Trying to hook back, and there is some inflow with this as well. So we got to keep an eye on this one. And here's the one I was talking about where it's possible golf ball size hail coming into Enid, Oklahoma. If you know anybody in Enid, just need to take cover, get away from windows. 60 mile per hour winds and golf ball size hail is possible with that. Then down here towards Oklahoma City, just east of town now, towards Choctaw, Hera, McLeod, some big hail here. golf ball size hail here. There's been a golf ball size hail report back here toward Dell City just a little bit ago. Hopefully, all y'all in Oklahoma City or surrounding areas, everything's okay down there. You guys are okay. Like I said, just general hail came through, and there was a big time wind gusts come through right around the airport. 75-mile-per-hour winds and a brief tornado just east of the airport. Will Rogers Airport in southwestern parts of Oklahoma City, right around the I-44 240 junction here. Possible brief tornado touchdown there. That was a little bit ago, and this storm was producing tornadoes all the way back into western parts of Oklahoma. Earlier, that is. They said lots of wind damage, wind reports up here in Kansas. This is where most of the power outages are at. Up this way, there's several counties that are about 60% out of power, just northwest of Wichita, with some 80 to 90 mile per hour wind gusts earlier. And remember that storm I was telling you about? Needed to watch. I think well, I don't know if they did. There was a tornado warning flashing, but it is gone now. But like I said, there is a hook on this. There it is. All right, tornado warning now. Radar indicated Woods and Woodward, Oklahoma County. You're under a tornado warning. Kind of gave you a little bit of heads up on this about 5 minutes ago as this was developing a hook and there was some rotation on it. So Avar down to Waynoka, sorry, Hopeton, under tornado warning at this south of Fair Valley. This is north part of Oklahoma under a tornado warning with this. And the velocities are starting to get closer and closer together. So hopefully you took my early warning on this. I was talking about it about 5 minutes ago. This is starting to look more interesting. So this rotation is really starting to tighten up in parts of northern Oklahoma, just north of Waynoka, and then towards Aviard, and then towards Hopeton as well. So this is really starting to tighten up here in parts of northern Oklahoma. And you see where that inflow is. Basically, you can see the rotation right there on radar. Let's see if there's a CC drop. See nothing yet. So, well, like I said, we got to keep an eye on this one as the rotation is starting to tightening up really fast. Just northwest of Waynokia. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. So, Woods County, Oklahoma, Woodward, Oklahoma, you're in a tornado warning. Here comes the next scan. We're kind of wait for that, see if that comes around, see what the velocities look like here. Like I said, this has been tightening up for a little bit across this area. And it is getting really tight now. So if there is not a tornado on the ground with this right now, it's it's going to be imminent across this area. So trying to get some more, not very rural through here. It looks like there's not very. It looks like 14 over towards Avard, Hopeton, needing your tornado shelters. There's a bigger population down here towards Waynoka. So need to be in your tornado safe spots right now. So, like I said, this is not producing. It's going to be very close to producing across this area of Oklahoma. You see this very tightening, or this you see the circulation, a very inflow on the north side here, and then it's circulating around this as well. So this is becoming a very dangerous situation up here in parts of northern Oklahoma. This is Woods and Woodward County, Oklahoma. This is a Avar to Winoka over towards Hopeton. You need to be in your tornado safe spot because this either is producing or maybe producing at any time, because this is a very getting very tight circulation on velocities, and very concerning look here on reflectivity. Yeah, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if this warning got upgraded to possible PDS. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. But this is a very concerning look just northwest of Waynoka, Avard, over towards Hopeton. Need to be your tornado safe spots, please. Run, do not walk. So if you're just now joining us, the parts of Oklahoma, we had several tornadoes come through just west of Oklahoma City, and then into possible just south of Oklahoma City, in the suburbs here, and then the airport had a 75-mile-per-hour wind gust a little bit ago, and ping pong size, golf ball size hail around Oklahoma City. That is starting to get east of the area now. And then the most concerning storm right now is this one up here towards parts of northern Oklahoma. This is Woods and Woodward, Oklahoma, under a tornado warning at the moment. And then, like I said, this is becoming a little bit more concerning as these velocities are really starting to tighten up across this area. Reflectivity, you see this inflow notch here, and it's rotating back. So this thing is rotating pretty hard across this area. Trying to see if there's a CC. There's nothing there yet, but like I said, this thing is either trying to produce or could produce a tornado at any time. So Highway 14 over towards Avard, Winoka, over towards Hopeton. This is all in Oklahoma. You need to be in your tornado safe spots. This is the only tornado warning right now across the United States. We were watching the one that was coming through basically the I-40 from western Oklahoma through Oklahoma City. That is starting to die down a little bit, but there is significant hail and wind with that one. But this is the most significant storm at the moment across northern Oklahoma. So we haven't seen an update from the National Weather Service for about 7 minutes now. This is only moving east at 25. All right, so Hopeton at this rate, Hopeton would be impacted in about 38 minutes if it continues on the same rate. So 35 minutes or so in Hopeton. That'll be the next bigger town here. But basically, like I said, Avard to Hopeton need to be in tornado safe spots right now, because this thing, like I said, this thing is really ramped up over the last few frames. So need to take shelter across this area. So radar indicated, haven't got a latest update from National Weather Service yet. So that you're just now joining us. This is in Oklahoma, northern parts of Oklahoma, just northwest of Enid, Oklahoma, basically towards just west of Tacoma. So Waynoka basically over towards Avard and Hopeton. Tornado warning at the moment. Still, tornado warning across parts of this area. Woodward County and Woods County in Oklahoma under tornado warning. This was looking pretty impressive a few frames ago. Still very, very lots of rotation with this storm. Uh, so need to take your tornado precautions in this area. Just waiting for the next scan here so we can see the velocity on this. But anywhere towards Waynoka to Avar to Hopeton, you need to be in your tornado safe spot as this rotation is slowly moving east. Here comes the next scan. Let's see how this looks. And it's still some broad rotation, not as like I said, not as tight as it was a little bit ago. So thankfully, this looks like it's starting to weaken just a little bit, but there's still some decent rotation with this. So you need to be in your tornado safe spots in Avard, towards just right around Tacoma, basically Waynoka in Oklahoma. All right, like I said, if you're just now joining us, still have tornado warning in parts of northern parts of Oklahoma, including Waynoka up towards Avard. We were tracking a pretty dangerous storm that basically rolled through the I-40 corridor from Elk City to Clinton, and then all the way to Oklahoma City. Produced tornadoes hit here and there, all the way through to Oklahoma City with big hail as well, and a 75-mile-per-hour wind gust that was recorded at the airport at Will Rogers Airport in Oklahoma City. So I was waiting on some more reports to come in across Oklahoma City, but there's a lot of golf ball size hail to ping pong size hail across Oklahoma City. So, and then right now, this is the storm we're watching just north of Waynoka towards Avard. It's in Woodward County, Oklahoma, and Woods County, Oklahoma. Tornado warning up that way. Still haven't got a new update from the National Weather Service on this one, but still some broad rotation with this one. So need to not as impressive as it was just a few frames ago, but you need to be in your tornado safe spots up this way. All right, new severe thunderstorm warning for this area as well. Tornado possible tag, 60-mile-per-hour winds and golf ball size hail with this. Like I said, this doesn't look as impressive as it was earlier, but still that threat is there as we still have some rotation. And this latest scan shows very tightening of rotation just northwest of Waynoka, and then west of Highway 14 here. So need to be in your trail safe spots through this area. Here's the latest scan here. So this is tightening up now again. So we need to especially around Avard. If you know anybody in Avard, need to take your shelters immediately, and then towards Hopeton as well. This is going to be rain. If there was a tornado, it's going to be rain wrapped across this area. Look, there's no CC drop, so there's no debris in the air. So, but this rotation is tightening up again across this area. Like I said, it's going to be rain wrapped. It's going to be in this mess here, just east or west of Avard and northwest of Winoka. Golf ball size hail is going to be possible with this storm as well. Hasn't been an update on this tornado warning in the last 15 minutes or so from National Weather Service, but still, there's some tightening of rotation through this area. So, need to be in your safe spots in parts of Oklahoma. This is in Woods County, Oklahoma, and Woodward County, Oklahoma. Avard, you're going to be up next here. Still a tightening of rotation here across this area as well. So still Avard, you're going to be up next, and then up towards Hopeton as well. In general, severe thunderstorm warning across the rest of this area. Tornado possible tag with golf ball size hail possible with this storm. So this radar image is maybe distorted just a little bit because we have a big storm even over the radar site. No CC drops on this so far, so that's good news. That means this tornado is not doing damage or it's not down, but we got to treat it as that way. So you need to be in your tornado safe spots in this area. Woodward County, Woods County in Oklahoma, Avard to Hopeton. We said tornado, if it was, it'd be back in this area right here. We said this is it's just tightening up back in this area, just west of Highway 14. Still no update from National Weather Service on this storm, but like I said, the tightening of rotation is evident on this. So you need to treat it as there's a tornado on the ground with this, even though we have not seen any CC drop with this yet. And hopefully that continues because we don't want this to be doing damage or anything else. But this will be rain wrapped if this tornado is occurring across this area. Woods in Woodward County, Oklahoma. Avard to Hopeton, just north of Waynoka. There's still tornado warning in effect for Woods County, Oklahoma, and Woodward County, Oklahoma, as this rotation is passing through this counties. Avar to Hopeton, need to be in a tornado safe spots just north of Waynoka. Be golf ball size hail with this storm as well. If there was a tornado, it'd be rain wrapped, of course, across this area. It's the only tornado warning in the United States right now. Seven severe thunderstorm warnings across the United States. A lot of them just general severe thunderstorm warnings, so up to 60-mile-per-hour winds coming in the Kansas City area as well. Very tight velocity right here. Right here. This thing is not moving much in the past few frames, so it's just kind of sitting there. Very tight velocity right there. No CC drop, so that's good. Very dangerous storm here in northern parts of Oklahoma, like I said. We got tornado warning still for parts of Woodward and Woods County. Very tight rotation up here, though. Just west of 14. Um, just west southwest of Avard. Latest scan here. Still, it's just kind of stationary at the moment. Really no even street names. Nothing here. So hopefully this is over rural areas. Just west of 14, west southwest of Avard, Oklahoma. All right, let's go back down here and check on Oklahoma City real quick. So there's still a severe thunderstorm warning out for there, and this storm has basically died, which is great news. Yeah, this storm has basically just died over this area, just east of Oklahoma City. Yeah, this thing is just completely falling apart. It's good news for them down that way, but still a lot of damage is done. Starting to get some power outages around Canadian County as well with that storm that passed through. Like I said, there was some pretty big winds that came through parts of Oklahoma City, even down by the airport, 75-mile-per-hour winds. It's like a storm chaser trying to get up to the storm. Still very tight rotation up here, uh, just west of 14. Still watching the storm up here in parts of Woods and Woodward County, Oklahoma. Radar indicate tornado. There's been some broad rotation just west of 14. It's been tightening up at times. No update from the National Weather Service for a while now on this. So no update. But this tornado warning expires in about 14 minutes or so. There is tornado warning or tornado possible tag with this severe thunderstorm warning across the rest of these county areas from Alva down to Waynoka to Tacoma. Golf ball size hail is possible as well. All right, latest from the National Weather Service 11/17 tornado warning remains in effect until 11:30 for East Central Woods County. A severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located 6 miles northwest of Waynoka and is nearly stationary, like I was telling you. Tornado and golf ball size hail is possible. Waynoka, Avard, and Hopeton could be the locations that are impacted. You need to take cover right now across this area. So, like I said, here is the rotation. Basically, it's been stationary, sitting here for the past 4 or 5 frames now. But the rotation is there, just west of 14, south or west southwest of Avard, and northwest of Waynoka. That is where the rotation is at. We're just kind of watching it. Tons of lightning with this storm up north of it, north of this. So there's going to be some big time hail with this as well, possibly up to golf ball size in parts of northern Oklahoma here. So this is the only tornado warning right now. There's only 6 severe thunderstorm warnings at the moment, and most of them are just general severe thunderstorm warnings. Besides the one that we're on in Oklahoma that has a tornado possible tag with it, which is this one right here, all the way up to Alva to Tacoma as well. Curious if this thing's going to be still stationary when the scan comes through, and rotation is went away. So we're going to see, kind of keep with this storm on this one just for a little bit longer. See what the next scan shows. Sometimes since that there's a storm that's over the radar site at the moment, could be distorting this storm just a little bit. So we'll stick with it. But regardless, there is still a tornado warning with this storm uh, for I believe it's Woods County. Woods County, Oklahoma for 11 minutes or so. Not looking as impressive as it was earlier, but still need to take your precautions, tornado precautions. Avard's getting absolutely crushed right now, probably getting a bunch of hail as well. Over towards Hopeton, you're up next. So we'll keep an eye on it. Rest of severe thunderstorm warnings up towards Missouri is all general thunderstorm warnings up this way. Looks like up here just south of the radar site, or at the National Weather Service here, just south east of Kansas City. 60-mile-per-hour wind out that way with these storms are coming through. They're starting to get a little bit more broken up, which we figured that was going to happen as they enter Missouri tonight. So this line of storms is starting to slowly break up as it goes east, which is good news out that way. Still some decent storms up here towards Iowa, heading east. Be towards Iowa City probably in the next hour and a half or so, if they stick together. But this squall line here looks like the most active one, even though there's no storms with it, or no severe thunderstorm warnings with it at the moment. Lots of power outages in parts of Kansas, like I said, just north of Wichita. It really took a hit. There's some counties that were 60% out of power. A lot of these now are down to less than 5%. Here's one down here towards Neosho County and parts of Kansas, 31% out of power. Bates County, Missouri, 12%. Getting back here on this storm. So just broad rotation now. It looks like it's just cycling at the moment, but still broad rotation with this. It's heading south of a yard now, or Avard, and going to Hopeton. So broad rotation with this now. Not as tight as it was. But like I said, looks like it's cycling because look, down here in the south, you got this inflow notch now. So there's going to be another, like I said, the rotation. Here's the rotation down here. Like I said, the inflow notch. So we're going to, like I said, this thing is cycling again. So we'll see what happens here. Need to be your trail safe spot though. Avar to Hopeton over towards Tacoma. I would even think about getting into, if you don't have a basement interior room of your house, the more walls between you and the outside as possible. Stay away from the windows. It's going to be golf ball size hail with this as well. Said tornado warning continues in parts of northern Oklahoma. We're tracking a pretty dangerous storm that came through I 40, basically towards western Oklahoma. It went all the way through Oklahoma City, produced a lot of wind, hail, some tornadoes along the way. And then as it got east of Oklahoma City, that storm basically almost died out. So now we're tracking this one in northern parts of Oklahoma. This has been showing some signs of rotation for the past about 30 minutes or so. This thing is cycling at the moment, and basically broad rotation right now just south of Avard, Oklahoma. So this is a destructive. This has been upgraded to a destructive severe thunderstorm warning now. There's still a tornado possible with this, but like I said, this is all the way up into just north of Alva now. Carmen, baseball size hail is possible with the storm now, and the rotation is still there down here. So curious if they're going to extend the tornado warning out, but this is a very dangerous storm now. Baseball size hail with this storm in around parts of Alva to Avard, probably getting either got crushed with hail or is right now. Hopeton, you're up next with hail. Uh, Alva, you're going to be next as well. The Tacoma, you're not getting anything right now, but you will shortly. And we got a storm chaser that's getting really close to storm. See, Brad Arnold, he is getting closer and closer to the storm. Tons of lightning with that. Like I said, this is on Radar Omega. This is the radar app, the radar I'm using. Great tool to have. It could be an app on your phone as well. I think it's like $9, 9 or $10 for the app on the phone. But lots of great tools on here. Yep, this rotation is still here, but this is a very dangerous storm. So baseball size hail is possible with this. 70-mile-per-hour winds. So major hail damage is going to be possible with this storm, along with wind and a possible tornado, of course. So as of right now, this is the biggest in regards to a severe thunderstorm warning and a tornado warning. This is a this is the most destructive storm at the moment. So Alfalfa County, Oklahoma, and Woods County, Oklahoma, under a destructive severe thunderstorm warning, baseball size hail, tornado possible tag, and 70-mile-per-hour winds. So here's Brad Arnold's feed. This is out of Radar Omega. Looking at the storm as he moves east. I can't see that well. Like I said, it's completely dark up this way. It's in rural, a lot of rural areas up here, but you can see the lightning every once in a while. Just trying to wait for a lightning flash, see if there's any funnel clouds or anything. Like I said, you can watch live on Radar Omega, of course. I want to touch base on the latest from the Storm Prediction Center here. There hasn't been an update since 8. But here's tomorrow's outlook. Slight risk across parts of Kansas into Nebraska, parts of Missouri again, over towards the Chicago area. This is just for Monday. This is going to continue. Here's Tuesday. Here's the next biggest threat Tuesday. Enhanced risk out for Iowa, Missouri, Illinois. Then slight risk down here into parts of Oklahoma and Arkansas, in through most of the rest of Missouri, all the way up into Wisconsin and the UP of Michigan, even. This is going to be the next biggest threat of severe weather. Is going to be on Tuesday, and it does not quit on Tuesday either. Here's Wednesday. Slight risk out for Texas into Arkansas, including right around the Memphis area, all the way up towards Ohio. And then Thursday, more severe weather possibilities in Oklahoma, in through parts of northeastern Texas, into Arkansas, and northwestern parts of Louisiana. So big trough, like I said, up northwestern parts of the United States. Cooler than average up that way. And then we have this bubble of high pressure down here towards the Gulf of Mexico, just delivering heat and humidity up towards the southern plains. And then these little ripples of energies coming around the space of this trough. And this is where it's delivering the severe weather over the next 4 to 5 days across this area. All right, let's get back into this storm here. This tornado warning was dropped on this one, but still a very destructive severe thunderstorm warning tag on this one. Tornado possible, baseball size hail, 70-mile-per-hour winds. It's going to be a lot of damage with this storm with baseball size hail. So Alva, Avard got hit. Tacoma is next. Caprone, probably up towards Burlington and Cherokee. You need to keep an eye on this storm as well. Try to keep an eye on the storm chaser, see if he's seeing anything. I keep him up in that corner here, so kind of keep an eye on him, see what's up with that, see if he sees any hail. But he's on the south side of the storm where that rotation is. This is where the rotation is, just north of Brad's location. You can watch this live on Radar Omega, or you can go to his YouTube. He has a YouTube channel as well, I believe. You can go watch him live on YouTube. Give him a follow over there. Right, here's the next scan. Like I said, just broad rotation across this, but the basic message here with this one is going to be a very destructive storm with this, with baseball size hail and 70-mile-per-hour winds with this storm. Alrighty, so I think we're going to go over future radar here, and then probably call it night. Like I said, just general severe thunderstorm warnings. There's just 5 severe thunderstorm warnings right now, so everything's kind of dying down just a little bit. This is the major storm right now in parts of northern Oklahoma. Baseball-sized hail and 70-mile-per-hour winds. Tacoma to Alva, over towards Lambert, Burlington to Cherokee. Tornado possible with this as well. 70-mile-per-hour winds and baseball-sized hail. So this is a very destructive storm. Very destructive storm in northern parts of Oklahoma. All right, we're gonna go over H triple R. Here's I'm gonna go back to 00 east. It shows the next 48 hours. Basically, it's the rest of the night. It's 6 a.m. I mean, there's basically nothing going on. There's a few showers, maybe a storm out there, northeastern parts of Oklahoma, and then some storms trying to get going early tomorrow morning across western parts of Illinois. And then basically, we'll have a severe threat, like I said, north eastern parts of Illinois towards Chicago towards the afternoon, and then probably sliding down toward just east of Springfield, Illinois tomorrow afternoon. And then here comes the next severe threat tomorrow across northeastern Colorado through Nebraska into possibly northern parts of Kansas. And then a big squall line comes through into Tuesday, and it kind of calms down. And then as we head towards the afternoon, this is when the next issue is going to come, is on Tuesday, where we're going to have a possible next significant severe weather outbreak across parts of Iowa and through Missouri here. This is for late Tuesday. This only goes till 6 o'clock on Tuesday, but you can see the storms erupting even down here into parts of Arkansas starting to develop. So you stay with us. The severe weather is going to continue all the way through parts of the area, basically from Nebraska, Iowa, Illinois, south into by midweek into Arkansas and northeastern Texas, back into Oklahoma as well. So you need to stay with us throughout the week. We probably will be live at times. We try to tend to wait until there's a 10% hatched area for tornadoes. But tonight we need to go live because there was a tornado emergency just west of Oklahoma City. So we needed to, especially with the population center of Oklahoma City, we needed to keep people safe. There's been multiple tornado warnings just north of Oklahoma City tonight as well. Very destructive day across parts of Kansas as well. Lots of power outages just north of Wichita and northeast of there as well. Lots of 85 to 90 mile per hour wind gusts were recorded. And even down here towards Oklahoma City, there's been some golf ball size hail. There's been 75 mile per hour wind even at the airport. So lots of damage across the area. And like I said, severe weather will continue through almost the end of this coming work week. So stay safe out there. You stay with us. If you're over on YouTube, you can subscribe. It's like liking a page on Facebook. Hit that subscribe button. Hit all on notifications. You'll be notified every time we go live on YouTube. And on Facebook, give us a follow over there as well. And give us a like. Share this with your friends and family because, like I said, there's going to be severe weather for most of this week. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there. Have a great rest of your evening.